Hello everyone. Today we're going to be talking about the NSX's speakers. Now when I got my Acura NSX, only one side of the speakers was working and I was like, what's going on? And I started doing some research and some people said it's the radio, some people said it's the amplifier. So I started to do what most NSX owners do, and I started to switch stuff out. I took out the radio. I tried to do my own Bluetooth thing. I was using a remote. I mean, it was pretty cool. It was a good try. But then I got linked up with Willmanelectronics and I got the real deal. I got that awesome Bluetooth radio, which I absolutely love. But what I still had was aftermarket speakers in my door. Now, what I did for you guys is I actually opened up the speaker box that was in my door. And this is a very common thing that people do with their NSX. They think that their amplifiers are bad, they think that their OEM speakers are bad, and they take them out, they rip them out, and they put in some aftermarket speakers, and little do they know it's a lot of no-no. And the reason why is because the Acura NSX is wired a certain way. It came with an awesome Bose system, which each speaker had an individual amplifier, and how that worked was that it had power to it, it had ground, and it had these really small gauge wires that were essentially a signal that got amplified by the amplifiers that used to sit inside of this box, right? But little did I know that I was missing out, because I got a hold of some original Bose speakers, intact working. That means that this is the original speaker in there that the car came with the amplifier. And so I wanted to try this out because Mr. Willman was telling me that a lot of people mess up and that they rip out their OEM system, not knowing that when you put in an aftermarket radio like Willman's, that you could actually have an amazing sounding system. All right, everyone, we have everything installed. We got the door speakers installed. We got the subwoofer installed where your foot goes. We have the rear speaker working, and all of this is the OEM Bose stuff. And now we have our Willman's radio, and let me show you guys. I mean, I just want to let you guys hear it. Maybe you guys could hear it through the phone, but it sounds incredible. So what does that mean? That means that you could buy a upgraded Bluetooth Willman's radio, you could plug and play, and then if you have the OEM speakers, you're gonna have an amazing system. Everything's gonna work. And that's what happened today. I connected everything, and oh my gosh, the difference between this janky setup that I had compared to the OEM setup is a huge difference. But let me show you real quick some of the obstacles that I ran into. So I've got the OEM speaker in there with the OEM amplifier and everything with the connector, but somebody snipped my connector. Probably you guys might run into this. So I want to share with you guys that we were able to figure everything out. So the yellow and red wire is the power wire, and I checked that with a digital multimeter, and it's going to connect to the orange wire. The black is going to connect to the black, and then this blue wire that I have right here, I used a multimeter to check the continuity to find the plus and the minus, meaning the positive and the negative for the speaker polarity, and I was able to identify, and the positive was actually purple. So now you know that positive purple, and of course the negative is, I think it's yellow. So that hooked all that up, and let me tell you guys, it sounds amazing. And Elise, is it a big difference?
It is. It's way fuller.
Yeah. Woo-hoo. This is awesome, guys. OEM speakers for the win. So the main thing I want to communicate is that your OEM speakers can sometimes still be good. Now, do the amplifiers go bad? Yes. Do they need to be replaced or fixed? Yes. But a lot of the times it might actually be a head unit issue. And if that's the case, when you replace it with something like Willman's awesome upgraded Bluetooth radio, you could end up having an awesome system without having to do something like this, or cutting connectors, or just doing unnecessary work or spending unnecessary money. Well guys, I hope this video helps you out. I can't stress how happy I am now because I have the upgraded OEM Bluetooth radio by Willmanelectronics, and I have the OEM speaker setups with the internal amplifiers, and the audio system sounds amazing.